Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are looking at a trap so famous, it has a biblical name, and it catches aggressive Ruy Lopez players completely off guard. We are diving into the legendary Noah's Ark Trap. It looks like white is punishing us for breaking opening principles, but we are actually baiting them into overextending their queen. They think they are launching an unstoppable double attack, completely blind to the fact that their light-squared bishop is about to be buried alive. Let's look at how the trap is set. Pawn to e4. White opens with e4, taking space in the center. Pawn to e5. We respond with e5, fighting for our own central control. Knight to f3. White develops their knight, immediately attacking our e5 pawn. Knight to c6. We defend the pawn with our knight, a standard response. Bishop to b5. White plays the Ruy Lopez, putting pressure on our knight. Pawn to a6. We immediately question the bishop with a6, the Morphy defense. Bishop to a4. White pulls the bishop back to a4, maintaining the pin. Pawn to d6. The computer prefers developing the knight to f6 here, but we play d6 to set the bait. This enters the Deferred Steinitz Defense. We are creating a solid pawn structure, but secretly, we are preparing to challenge that light-squared bishop if white gets greedy. Pawn to d4. White strikes at the center immediately with d4. The engine actually prefers c3 to give their bishop a hiding spot, but pushing the d-pawn is incredibly common for aggressive players trying to blow the position open. Pawn to b5. We immediately kick the bishop. We need it on the b3 square for our plan to work. Bishop to b3. White retreats the bishop to b3, eyeing our f7 pawn. Pawn e takes d4. The engine thinks capturing with the knight on d4 is safer, but we take with the pawn intentionally. This allows white to bring their pieces into the center, making them feel like they have a strong initiative. We are slowly guiding them down a very dangerous path. Knight from f3 takes d4, a blunder. And there it is! White recaptures with their knight, but the eval bar just plummeted to -3. They think they're attacking? They're just digging.
Wait, -3? But taking with the knight looks like a totally normal developing move.
It looks normal, but it allows us to force a sequence that ends in a trapped piece. A safer move would have been a4 to challenge our queenside pawns, but taking back the center pawn feels natural to most players. Knight from c6 takes d4. We trade knights in the center to pull their queen out early. Queen from d1 takes d4. White recaptures with the queen, bringing their most powerful piece into the center of the board. Pawn to c5. We hit the queen with c5. Their queen is attacked, and they see a very tempting square on d5. Queen to d5. With queen to d5, white is threatening checkmate on f7 and attacking our undefended rook on a8. Pause the video here. How do we defend the mate threat while keeping the trap alive? Bishop to e6. We block the mate threat with our bishop while simultaneously attacking the queen. White's queen must move to keep the initiative. Queen to c6 check. White throws in the check on c6, hoping to disrupt our coordination. Bishop to d7. But we calmly block with the bishop again, hitting the queen one more time. Queen to d5. The queen is forced back to d5 to maintain the attack on our rook. Pawn to c4. We push c4, and the light-squared bishop is completely entombed. It has absolutely no escape squares, blocked by its own pawn on c2 and our impenetrable pawn wall. And the door clicks shut. Bishop from b3 takes c4. White desperately sacrifices the bishop for t-pawns to get some compensation. Pawn b takes c4. We happily accept the piece. Queen from d5 takes c4. Let's assess the damage. We are up a clean piece in the opening. White has 2 pawns for it, but our position is incredibly solid. We will easily develop our kingside, castle, and use our extra bishop to completely dominate the middle game. White's early aggression resulted in a completely lost position. The grand takeaway here is that early queen attacks often look terrifying, but if you defend calmly with developing moves, you can expose the opponent's lack of coordination. Never panic when the opponent launches a premature attack. Look for the hidden drawbacks. If you've ever fallen for this trap as white, don't worry. Even Noah didn't see the flood coming until it was too late. Hit that like button, subscribe so you don't drown in the middle game, and I will see you in the next one.